right, Dr. Gloria Pope here at Black Girl Everything, and I have a special interview with me today. Hello, Candace. How are you?
I'm here and I'm making it. How are you?
I'm good, very good. Coming off a vacation, so I've rejuvenated, but today was definitely, you just came back from vacation day, so
Yeah.
it's incredibly exhausting.
Yeah, super busy. Everything that piled up while you were gone was waiting for you with a bow on it, I'm sure.
It sure did. It sure did. Because I did a good job of detaching. I actually really didn't even check my emails while I was gone, so I was really
Oh,
excited about that.
that's good. We all need to have that. We definitely need that.
Yeah, it's so important. So, Candace, tell everybody about your business.
Well, I own the Vibrary Wine and Book Bar in Stone Mountain Village. It is a place where you can have wine by the glass or the bottle. We have books for purchase, books for perusal. We have charcuterie options. We also have beer and non-alcoholic options, and just a really good vibe for people to come in and enjoy community. So it's pretty dope.
Okay, so what made you want to open this?
Wanting to create some generational wealth and leave a legacy, be a part of the revitalization that was happening in the area that I grew up in, and be able to give back to the community in a different way than what I've already done. So, yeah.
Okay. So no, so the Vibrary, right? Now we're starting to hear about that, people really connecting wine and books on a consistent basis. Do you find that there's more businesses in that area like yours, or are you pretty much one of a kind for your area?
Well, I thought it was one of a kind until people started sending me articles about other places. And
Mhm.
so there are several. Well, there's one other, I think, in the metro area. And then there are other ones that I've learned around the nation. Um, but, we all have our unique things. So I don't think that there's oversaturation with it at all.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely don't think so at all. Because I think the only one I know of is yours, and I know we have one here in the Bronx, and
Yeah,
that's
that's the lip bar, right?
yeah, it's called Lip Bar, exactly, and that just opened up too. So I know it's a whole new vibe though, because we're all trying to push back to books, right? Because we've really gone so far away from reading and everything else like that. So are you a reader yourself?
Well, I used to be. I used to
Mhm.
be so much so that I used to get in trouble because I would be up late at night just reading, and then the next morning looked like a mess because I'm tired and groggy. But then, as my life just got busier, it was harder to kind of make the time to do so. So I resorted to Audible books. So Audible was good during my commute, but then I realized that I'm not really retaining the information. Some parts I'm missing because traffic is traffic. So I mean, yeah, it's playing in the background, but you also need to be driving for other folks. And
Yeah.
so I have just recently gotten back into having a physical book in my hand and reading that. And it really feels good to be able to kind of make time for myself and engage my imagination in that way again.
No, I feel you. There's a few books I have in my stack that I'm still trying to get all the way through. But I want to read them all. So I start reading one and then I put it to the side. And I start reading another one. So it's a few. I'm actually working on about five at the moment. So I totally get that because I love being able to hold something in my hand and turn the pages is so real. So I
Yeah,
definitely.
the turning of the pages is the thing. And then like, okay, well, how much more do I have of this chapter? Okay, I just need to finish this chapter. Or, it's really I really love it. And I hate that I got so far away from it, but I'm really excited that even opening this business has allowed me to get back into it. And so that's a good thing for me.
I think that's definitely cool. So I know the first time I saw you was when it popped up across my timeline because you had an amazing article about you
Uh-huh.
opening. I was like, oh, look at her. She's so cool.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I think that was from the first one was from the Tucker Observer. There have been several since then, but that was the first one and I had no idea that it was even going to be that. Like they just reached out to me. I had never heard of them, unfortunately, because it was actually a paper that it had it was from multiple different papers. So it was a new it was a new source. But I was like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. And just thinking like it was a one-off thing. And then my Facebook started blowing up, my phone started blowing up. I'm like, what is wrong? What is happening? And I look and see, and I'm like, oh my God, like people have reshared it. My aunt saw it. And she was like, people in Arizona was talking about it. And I'm like, how did social media is crazy. So that's
Yeah.
when I first really realized, like, wow, this thing is a thing.
Hmm. Yeah, no, it definitely is. Definitely is. You got my attention. So much of my attention that we're working together. I'm hosting an event.
Yes, on November 6th.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm so excited to be there, to be at your location, to be part of the whole vibe. The pictures of it I could see are just amazing thus far. So, how is your crowd been going? Do you have like committed clients or committed people who like coming out?
Yeah, I have regulars that come in,
Uh,
and it's amazing because it's like y'all really want to support, y'all really like it. It's a good feeling to have. And then I have people who I'm like, well, how did you hear about us? And they're like, oh, it was in a Facebook group, or I just Googled wine and it popped up. It was the first thing that popped up, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's amazing. That's pretty dope to me. And so the crowd has been really good. I've been getting pretty regular cadence of customers, but now because people are realizing that it's a good space to have private events, a lot of people are wanting to have private events there. So that's been picking up a lot, and then the book signings have been picking up a lot.
wow, look at you just flourishing. Because I think you did your soft open in what, May, right?
In July, the soft open was in July.
Wow. So we're not even 6 months in, and you're saying your business is multiplying exponentially.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. It is definitely taking up more time than what I initially thought.
Okay.
But I'm okay with that because it's what I wanted. And I know that the busyness, and sometimes the days where I am just too exhausted, it's not going to be like this forever. But I'm really enjoying the journey.
No, I feel you. I feel you. So yes, I understand that where he's like, it's like I'm so busy, but it's amazing to see the results.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I totally get it. Okay. So where do you see yourself taking this in the future? Like, where do you want to go with this?
Well, I have a lot of ideas in my brain. A couple of them are just like expanding the products and options that we have for people. I already have signature candles. I've worked with a local candle maker. So when you walk in, it's a scent that you smell that is just us. That you can purchase and take home with you. I'm also working with a tea maker, so some private label, specially blended loose tea, so that people that come in, especially on Saturdays, it's
Yeah.
kind of like on Saturdays at noon is when we open, and so people may not be in the wine mood yet, but they want to
Yeah.
come in and read a book or something like that. So I want to offer some other options as far as just warmer beverages, tea, some coffee, to order and things like that. And I see I do see it expanding to other places. I
Okay.
saw that before it even really came to fruition. So, like, I had a dream that it was in multiple places. I don't know where those places are. I don't even know what that exactly looks like, but I do see it in other places. And so, I want to get this first one right, really right,
Mm,
before I even start thinking about that. But a lot of people are like, well, are you open to franchising? Or why don't you put this somewhere else? Like, we really need
yeah.
this in other
Yeah.
places. And that's just good to hear because it's confirmation that my thought process from the beginning is something that people even want.
Yeah.
So that's good.
I wholeheartedly agree with you because I think it's kind of cool to have this. And also, just because first of all, if you're in like in a wine and book bar, you're going to get a certain ambiance of people too that is going to be in there. People who are more likely cultured, who enjoy the arts and are creators and creatives, and
Yeah.
to be in that type of environment to share those moments with those type of people, you can like really get a whole vibe going. You know?
Yeah, yeah. I've had several people and they come in and you can tell they're writing. And like one author came in, she was like, well, I'm working on a romance novel and I felt like this would be the perfect place. And she just sat in the corner, had her wine, her charcuterie, and was over there on the computer just typing away, and it was like, I got to the synopsis and I'm really going. So I'm like, I'm really fostering a place where people are bringing their ideas and their creativity, to fruition. And that's really nice to know, because I mean, I wanted it to be a place for community anyway. And I mean, even if you're not the most cultured or you are not a wine drinker, I still want you to feel welcome there. And I want it to be an inclusive space, because we want to educate you too and expose people who have cultured palates to new things. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Oh no, I wholeheartedly agree with that. You want to get everybody in there. Like, it's a good place to come and just actually meet new people. And I think that's more the opportunity for people to see something different, outside of, happy hour. Because we go to happy hour looking for a drink. So you're going to have the loud music, having a good time. I'm not down at happy hour. I enjoy a good happy
Yeah.
hour.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But to think there's another place where I can go and still have a glass of wine and kind of be quiet, but kind of catch a conversation, but not, and have that nice
Yeah.
balance. Even like after work, you had a long day and you just want to sit there and say, what book can I open today for an hour and have a glass of wine with other people who might have had that same long day, you
Yeah.
know? No, that's definitely cool. Definitely cool. So, anything else you're planning magically in that mind of yours?
Hmm. Well, yeah, there are other things, but I need to wait to kind of give that information out. I really just am trying to make it be the best space and get the feedback from the customers and the patrons, because it really is, you're not in business if people are not supporting you. And if you're not listening to the feedback, I take feedback, and I really appreciate people's constructive criticism, because it's things that are in the lane that I'm in, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's something good that we can. And then some things I'm just like, okay, thank you, I appreciate you, and I might not incorporate that, but I still respect and appreciate people's opinions when I ask them. So I just want it to be a space where people really can come and vibe out and relax and meet new people and enjoy a welcoming atmosphere. Like, I just want it to be chill. It gets kind of loud, because I had a book signing this past weekend, and it was turned up in there. But and I mean, it was great because we were celebrating the author. We were supporting
Yeah.
her, and that's amazing. That was her first book, and so that's a good feeling too. But after she left, it went back to the nice little, smooth tones and the relaxed, and a couple came in there, and one was reading to the other one, and while they had a glass of wine. It was
Wow.
just, yeah, I mean, it's a nice little date night spot, I've noticed. So people come in there and really enjoy themselves, and that makes me feel good. So I'm excited about that.
Well, no, you should be. I just want to let you know I'm very proud of you.
Thank you, I appreciate it. That's good to hear. That's
No,
I try to keep that in my bank of things that I've heard when I start on the days that are not the best days for
yeah,
me.
no, just keep it up because you're really moving through, especially coming out of the pandemic and it's trying to open up and had to push it back a little bit. Things were a little slow, but you have trudged through and look how wonderful you're doing thus far. A year from now, look at the cool things you're really going to be doing.
I just need to get to the end of the year. A year from now, yes, I can't wait to see what that looks like. Hopefully, it looks like me not being in there every single day. That's that's the next goal. I need to be able to remove myself so that I can really be the visionary that the owner is supposed to be, and kind
Yeah.
of strategically move things forward. So yeah, I can't wait.
Oh no, I understand. I know. I know. Listen, I've been interviewing for an assistant. And I'm like, my first employee my whole life. I'm getting an assistant because I can't function all my businesses by myself in my own brain because I'm stuck. There's so many more things I want to do, but I
Yeah,
can't do
it's
it
only
all.
one. You're only one person, and it's
Yeah,
only 24 hours in a day.
yeah. And I'm 24
So
hours very quickly.
yeah, very quickly, especially when you still working a full time like me. So I'm just like, good Lord, have mercy.
Trust me, I understand.
Hmm. Yeah.
So, Candace, what would you like to leave the listeners with before we go and our viewers?
Let's see. Well, of course, I want you to come visit. The
Exactly. So
Vibrary.
you are, you get the whole address.
Stone Mountain Village, 970 Main Street, Stone Mountain, Georgia, 30083, on the corner of East Mountain and Main Street. Yeah, of course, I want you to come out and visit, but also, I really think that if you have something that you want to do and it scares you, you should do it anyway.
Yep.
So that's how I'm operating on a day by day basis. And I really actively decided to live my life like that several years ago. And my life has been a lot fuller. And I really, even though I'm scared, doing the things that scare me has opened up so many doors and relationships, business wise, friend wise, like all of that. So I would say if you needed confirmation for your idea, then let me be that confirmation to tell you do it.
Agreed. Agreed. I think that's wonderful. Well, Candace, thank you so much for your time this evening. I know you're consumed and your brain is probably like, "Ah," at this point in time. We appreciate you coming on sharing with us today. And I look forward to seeing you on November the 6th.
Yes, November 6th is right around the corner.
I know it is.
We're here. It's tomorrow. Hello.
Like it really, really is. It really is.
So
I'm
yeah, I
excited.
can't wait to meet you in person after all these talks we've had through the months, and I'm excited for it. So yeah, thank you so much for the opportunity for having this interview.
All right, wonderful.
All right.
All right. Bye bye. Have a good night.
Bye. Good night.